Okay, we see the same Polish players from yesterday,
Mm.
from the practice. So Matthias Gamer Miniak, that's how you pronounce it, Garma?
Maniac, okay.
Miniak.
Nice.
Okay, Miniak. Oh, five, of course. And there was a Mati guy,
Mm.
Mati
I
something.
think, without wanting to be biased or anything, I think the French team definitely has a slight edge there. I think they have an advantage because
They have an advantage, definitely.
they have a bit more experience with
Yes, they have the
teams
experience.
in general. France has many strong players actually, um, especially players like Neko, Waifu, Firekeeper, Kaizoku. Those are all very strong players from France, and the French players have a lot of experience in teams. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Poland can keep up with that. Poland, being a much smaller country, also has a much smaller player base,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't
Exactly.
know how experienced these players are on the great scale of things. Five, obviously, a member of RC, a very strong player, but I don't know if the other players are able to keep up with that.
I think that France is definitely the favorite in this match.
Yep,
Like, there's no secret to that. Like, it's obvious.
yep.
But you never know. You never know.
I
The
mean, yeah,
Polish, the Poles aren't actually bad.
upsets can always happen. Item RNG is of course a big factor here.
Yes.
Um, not saying that item RNG decides every single race, but it can turn around some races for the better or worse, depending on how you look at it.
It can have yeah, crucial impact and influence on the game, definitely. Especially on some tracks, on some specific tracks.
Yeah, it's on and actually all of those or most of those tracks that are in the draft right now are blue fire tracks, and most of them only feature one STP. Like Hot Air Skyway only has one STP, Twilight Tour has only one fast STP, Cortex Castle, Polar Pass have all only one STP. So
Exactly.
a well-timed clock or well-timed orb can definitely throw the race around
Yes.
immediately.
A power item can definitely flip the match, basically.
For
Flip
sure,
the
for
race.
sure. Okay, the lobby is building.
Oh, Sphinx will restart his stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, he seems to have some problems, some technical problems, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, things should be back online in a few minutes, and then we are probably going to start. First track is Polar Pass, an interesting track for an opening track. I
There you go,
usually,
final.
like, I myself as a player, I usually prefer to have tracks that are a bit more balanced, I would say. Because it can be discouraging if you play one of the more unbalanced tracks, and then end up bottom four already on the first race, and it can be frustrating sometimes. So it's gonna be interesting to see um, how Polar Pass goes, because Polar Pass can go in two very different directions.
Oh,
It can end in the bottom
definitely.
four if things go very badly, and
Definitely. Most
starting with a
definitely.
bottom four is not a nice experience at all. Did things restart, or should we switch to Kaizoku's perspective?
Maybe we could wait for 2 more minutes and then switch to Kaizo.
Okay. Okay, if Sphinx's stream is not back in 2 minutes, we can switch to Kaizoku's perspective. He's also streaming, and we're gonna use his POV for the match then. Kaizoku is faster, Pork? I don't know.
By the way, Garma, I think I have to change my microphone again because my headset is for some reason low battery, so
Okay.
I will have to change it. So hopefully the quality will remain.
Okay.
And let me try to change speakers.
Alright. Okay, so we are back on Sphinx is back. 5 is streaming, Sphinx is streaming, the lobby is full, I guess. We are good to start. In just a few seconds. Wow. That's not my mic, by the way.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You are a bit loud.
Okay, give me a second.
But the quality is very good. Your remixes, yeah.
My I think you have to lower my sound input.
Ah, okay. Voice settings. Can you say something?
Hello,
Okay.
Dharma. How are you?
Okay, I think 80% is better.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
Perfect.
I think
Okay.
everyone on stream should be able to hear you.
Okay, guys, let's get hyped. This will be hype.
Yep, this is gonna be hype. So we see everyone, almost everyone being ready. Five is the host of this match, and now we have PS4 loading screen.
Okay, everybody is ready. Let's go. It begins.
Okay, 5 stream seems to be a little bit behind. He probably has a higher latency, but it's only 5 seconds, so it's not too bad.
No, on my screen is like 1 second.
Oh, do I need to? Okay, I should probably.
On my screen is just 1 second.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna restart my stream. What? Okay.
Yo, welcome, cheese. Yeah,
Okay.
you're just in time for the hypest event of all time. No race, they just started, cheese. We just started.
No races have passed. This is the first race. The match is just about to start. I think I cropped the screen too much. Alright, the race is going to start
Okay,
now.
let's go.
Okay, 5 is going fast here. First
Yeah,
place.
Sphinx is going on the right side, getting
Mm.
some fresh items. He
Oh,
got
he
a
already
rocket.
got a missile already.
Yeah. Kaizoku got bombed. They're both going for the big boy, and they both failed. Okay.
Okay, nice, interesting. Okay, Kaizoku, obviously, Kaizoku, a very strong Polar Pass player. He has had the Polar Pass time trial world record multiple times. Of course, he was the only one who made the big boy shortcut, which was to be expected.
Yeah,
And
that was definitely expected.
Kaizoku can definitely front run this race. He's a very consistent player and also a very fast player on this track.
Yeah, yes.
So he should definitely gamble on getting a shield and securing that first place, because the first place is always very important, because 10 points is a lot.
Yes, yes. You shouldn't be missing out in the first place.
Yes.
Not in the first place.
If you are first place, it's very difficult to lose a race just simply because of how many points first place gets. And
Oh, Kaizo will hit
five
the beaker.
five taking a red beaker there, a very devastating red beaker. Luckily, he wasn't too far away from the blue fire pad, but it's still an annoying time loss. And he gets a rare 4th place mask. Wow, that's one of the
Wow,
rarest item rolls in the
wow.
game.
Nice. Like, what's the probability? Like something like 1%, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's about 1%. It's a
About
very rare
1%.
item roll.
Good lord.
And
Nice one.
he's now in 3rd place with a mask. And he lost fire. Wow, okay. That's very unfortunate. He could have definitely caught up to Shroop there. And
Okay.
he
He
avoided
almost.
the warp orb as well. Wow.
Nice, nice, nice.
Okay, it seems like Kaizoku had no protection and he lost blue fire, of course. 5 still has his blue fire, so this is 5's chance to catch up to Kaizoku.
Yes, there's 5 chance, definitely.
He has a blue shield as well, so he is protected from any kind of
Hmm.
backspam that Kaizoku could probably
But
do.
Kaizoku with a massive lead, like that lead, like wow, like I think he will still manage to stay first. Yes, he's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
first.
he makes it to the blue fire pad before 5.
Wow, wow.
Catches up to him. We see Sphinx together with his teammates. In 3rd place, 4th place, and 5th place. There's not much that he can do in this position. He can get a mask, but other than that, he will only get near range items like bombs and missiles, which won't help him since behind him and ahead of him are only his own teammates. So yeah, there isn't much he can do in this position other than keep it and securing those 5 points that he will get for 4th place.
Yes, because they're clustered, but he's clustered with his like
Yep,
teammates, so he
yep,
can do shit against them.
exactly. And here we see Kaizoku securing 1st place on his best
Yes,
track.
good, well played. This was so well played by Kaiser. Wow.
Definitely, definitely. This was a very strong win for Team France. They secured 1st place, 3rd place, and 4th place, which together is 21 points alone. Diabeat got 7th, which is another 2 points, so they go into a 7-point lead already after the first race.
Nice one, nice one. Really well played by Kaiser. I'm still impressed. I mean, the lead he had, like he got hit by an orb and he still managed to stay first. Wow.
Yep.
Well played.
Yeah, it's very important that when you are 1st place that you avoid any kind of items that are on the track, especially if it's a blue fire track, since losing blue fire costs so much time. And he can't afford that time loss if he wants to keep the 1st place. So he has to play careful. But obviously he knows Polar Pass, it's his best track. He time trialed it a lot. And
Hmm.
he secured 1st place, yeah. Just well played overall.
Well played by the French, and I think like yeah, it's deserved. It's well deserved.
Okay, the second track is Dragon Mines. Dragon Mines, one of the shortest tracks in the game. It features no blue fire. It's a sacred fire only track. But even on Dragon Mines, front running is very powerful. It's very hard to catch up on Dragon Mines due to the nature of the track. The shortcut is cycle based, so on some laps you may not be able to take it, which is
Hmm.
about a 2 or 3 second time loss. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they play on Dragon Mines.
I mean, um, the most important factor, in my opinion, is it, it's how the teams communicate, like with the traps in the shortcut,
Mm.
because that can be like game deciding
Yep.
if they know what they're doing and
Yep.
if they have like good communication.
Yep. Backspam on the shortcut is very powerful on this track because the shortcut counts as off-road in the game's context, so you slow down when you drive onto it, and hitting an item there slows you down a lot and also makes you prone to getting hit by a minecart, which additionally loses about 2 or 3 seconds if you get hit by one
At
since you get
least,
squished.
at least,
At least, yeah. You may also be unlucky and fall down entirely.
yes.
Okay, we see 5 and Sphinx both take time trial
Five,
lines.
great lines,
Yep.
great lines.
Yeah, it seems like 5 and Sphinx are both trying to front run here.
Mm-hmm.
Sphinx
Yes.
unfortunately got squished by the minecart. He was a bit too slow and didn't make the cycle, and then he also falls down. 5 now has a pretty strong lead.
Yes, he's having his he's having his time with, yeah, some VR runs, but
Yep.
not anymore. But the lines were pretty sick, I have to admit.
Front running on this track very powerful since he can trap the shortcut and make it completely inaccessible for every other player. And basically, in general, it's very hard to catch up to players on Dragon Mines, so I would probably assume, unless something severe happens, 5 is probably going to take home that first place. We see also on the minimap we can see that Shroob is close to another player of 5's team. I don't know who plays the Gentleman Panther, but it seems like an interaction happened and Shroob actually managed to overtake that
Yeah,
player.
he just got hit. He just got hit.
Yep.
The Polish player.
You also see Sphinx. Okay. Team France now has 2, 3, and 4th place. That's a very good spot because 2, 3, and 4 is a guaranteed win in points.
Hmm.
So even if 5 gets first here, if Team France can secure 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they are gonna win that race.
I mean, look at the lead. Just look at the lead
Yep.
of 5. That is huge.
Wow, and Sphinx hitting
It's
the item
huge.
on the shortcut. But
Um,
still... Yeah, there's
I
still...
mean,
Wow, and he bunks the pole,
guarantee.
yeah. Rare camming in that section can be pretty tricky because it's so easy to hit one of the poles there. Yeah, the hit basically teleported Sphinx to 8th place since he got comboed by the other team's players. So yeah, it will be very difficult for him to catch up again. 5 securing that win, which was to be expected since Dragon Mines
Yes,
is one of those tracks
definitely.
where front running is just so strong. And Matty's game, I actually managed to climb back to 4th place, and that actually makes this race a win for Team Poland because 1st,
Wow.
4th,
Okay.
5th, and 6th is a win.
Nice. Nice. That was unexpected.
Poland definitely made a strong comeback there. They also had an orb, which probably contributed to it, since an orb is going to reach players on Dragon Mines very quickly, since it's such a short track. And if you have a mask or anything similar to catch up, it's very easy.
Okay, it's +2 for France in total. Bozy wrote in the chat.
Um, Team Poland got 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th, which is 22 points. So they win by 5 points. They had France had 7 points plus after the first race, and they lost 5 points. So yeah, it's +2 for France at the moment. France is still leading, but Poland can totally bring this back.
And that's all we want. We want some
Oh,
tight
and
races.
5 was too quick. He started on the same track
And
again.
that was a misclick, so it's fine. They
Yep.
will just quit the lobby.
That's a bit annoying since quitting the lobby and entering it again shuffles the starting positions, so they have to set up the lobby again so that everyone has the correct starting position.
Oh yeah, exactly. Garma Cheese asked you if you are commentating as Chick or Stew.
Um, I like the one with the blue hair. I don't know what he's called.
I think that's Stew.
Then I'm Stu.
But Coco, what?
Yep.
I mean, the loading screens are so long in this game. Actually, when you think about it, actually they're so long. Good God.
Yeah, it's a bit sad that Beanox never addressed the loading screens. The loading screens have over the time gotten longer and longer. They were bad already when the game came out, but they got even worse after every update. And sadly, Beanox has never done anything to address the loading times to any capacity, which is a shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we have to live with that.
Yeah. I was hoping for Beanox to address the loading times, kinda like Vicarious Visions did with NST, where they released a patch eventually that severely improved the loading times, but yeah, sadly no such thing ever happened for Nitro Fueled.
By the way, fun fact, Garma, we had the same exact same time pre-patch in Dragon Mines.
Oh, okay.
We had like four of us had the same time, 1:14:97.
Oh yeah, yeah, barely sub 115.
But it should not take so long because they're already like warmed up. They're all online, so they should be ready any minute.
Yep. Okay, Engine Labs is the next.
Next track is Engine Labs.
Engine Labs.
What's your opinion on Engine Labs, Garm?
Um, Engine Labs. Engine Labs is a difficult track to use, from my perspective. On one hand, it's a Blue Fire track, but the Blue Fire is rather slow. It's not particularly fast. Losing Blue Fire anywhere loses only like 4 seconds in total, which is not really much when you compare it to other tracks like Tiny Temple, where Blue Fire loss means you lose 20 seconds or more. Engine Lab's also a track where it's very hard to catch up to someone. It's very hard to outline someone simply because of how simple the track is in terms of geometry and stuff. The layout is very simple. And it's very hard to make up time. You can't really outline someone. Most players are good on Engine Labs, so it really just comes down to what items you roll and how you use those items that you roll. You can't really do anything crazy. There's no crazy shortcut or anything that saves time. So you basically have to rely on your item plays if you want to have the best possible result on this track.
Yes,
I would
exactly.
I would assume one of them going for Wumpas. Oh, none of them did. Okay, interesting. Sphinx with a bomb roll as a first item. That's a very good
That's
roll.
that's like that's weird. None of them went for the Wumpa. That's unusual.
We see Sphinx in first with a green beaker, which is a nice item, I guess, in first, since it can protect you from a missile, but he threw it away, okay?
Okay, because his teammate is behind him, I
Oh,
guess.
and 5 hitting the beaker and falling down there. Oh,
Mm, mm.
that's a nasty time loss.
Yes, yes, that's a nasty spot to lose fire to.
Yeah. Sphinx, Shroob, and Diabeat managed to break away a little bit. They have a good top 3 at the moment. If they can farm for shields or any protective item, then they can definitely take home that top 3. So it's gonna be interesting. And Matthew's Gamer is also about to be overtaken by Kaizoku, as we can see on the minimap. And if Kaizoku manages to overtake Matthew's Gamer, then the France team actually has a top 4 in this race. So it all depends on if Matthew's Gamer can defend the top 4. Yeah, Sphinx can just pretty much chill in
The third
first
one should
place.
actually. Who is the third one? Is it Diabeat? Or
Yep, that's Diabeat.
okay, he should just backspam like crazy because they have like really nice lead.
Yeah,
Two of
Diabeat
them.
is probably backspamming. We just can't see it on the minimap. 5 probably also good at avoiding. Yeah, there's a red beaker in the tunnel. That's a nasty red beaker. But yeah, 5 also has a blue shield, so he's not gonna be hit by any of those backspams. Yeah, as I said before, Engine Labs is one of those tracks where it's very hard to flip the race around unless you get like
Okay, they're top four now.
oh, nice. Kaizoku actually managed to overtake Matty's Gamer. Matty's Gamer falling back to 7th place. Oh no, last. Yeah, you are 7th place, okay. And yeah, they have top 4 now, the France team. Kaizoku is protected by a blue shield, as we can see on 5 screen, and it will be very hard for 5 to catch up to Kaizoku here, since there's not much that he can do. He can't really outline Kaizoku, since Engine Labs is such a simple track. And if the French team doesn't fuck up here, then it's very difficult for them to catch up.
Yeah, it's really difficult to flip the placements here. Like you just said, it's really difficult to do it.
Yeah,
Like
even
almost
even
impossible.
even if someone gets a clock or a warp orb, Kaizoku is protected by a blue shield. So yeah, Sphinx is holding onto that nitro. He just put it away. That's what I was thinking as well. Since he's first place, he should roll for a blue shield,
Okay,
and he just got it. Nice.
that's it. That's it. This is a fat win for the French.
Yes, this is a very big win for the French team. For the French team. A bit unlucky for 5. 5 is a very ambitious Engine Labs player. He's very good in time trial and Engine Labs, but yeah, he wasn't able to secure any more positions. So this is a
What's the time in it?
plus 19 for Team France. So they go into a lead of a whopping 21 points now. That's a lot.
Oh, that's a lot. Hmm. I mean, you easily get demotivated after like you get like snowball like that. It's like really difficult. Yeah,
Yep.
like you lose motivation. Like it's frustrating.
Yep. Nobody likes to see a top 4,
Yeah.
especially if it's happening against yourself. Um, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a bottom four.
But you know what's
I
worse
think, to be honest,
than
I
getting
think,
top four?
yeah, you can,
Getting top four twice in a row. So that's what happened.
yeah. But I think if we look at the engine laps race again, there wasn't much that Team Poland could have done. There were no power ups in this, no power items in this race. We didn't see any clock or any orb, and Team France managed to break away very early on,
Yeah,
and
really enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they were basically gone after half a lap, and they kept that lead throughout the entire race, which is definitely remarkable.
Like so far, we've seen only one orb. I think it was like in Polar Pass, one orb. That's it.
No, no, we also saw another orb in Dragon Mines.
Oh, but it was so. Yes, exactly. But it was so fast because it's a short track.
True, true, true. Yeah, we only saw the orb on Dragon Mines briefly. One of the Poland team members fired the orb to catch back up. And yeah, now we are going on to Cortex Castle. Cortex Castle, a track with only one STP. An early orb in the first lap can be very devastating here. If everyone passes the STP and someone fires the orb, that person basically has the ability to take on the first place and keep it until the end of the race. So,
Yes.
and Sphinx is not going for the turbo pad. He's not going for the
What?
faster fire. Wow. Okay.
What? I think is it possible that he doesn't know like that that's actually SF2?
I mean, it could be a lack of knowledge, but I wouldn't assume that from a top player, I guess.
Yes, that's weird. I wouldn't assume it either, but he didn't went for it. Like,
Five taking the secret crate here. Getting a shield in the process. Yeah, and then Team France again managed to break away in the first lap. They are top three, and they are quite a bit ahead of five. Five will have a lot of trouble catching back up here. Cortex Castle has a lot of blind corners. It's very dangerous to go tight because there could be an item basically anywhere.
hmm
And since he has to take wider lines, it will be basically impossible for him
I
to
think the
catch up.
top four lost like all of them lost fire like before they regained it.
Oh, and we see on the minimap Shroop actually fucked up. He lost fire. He probably hit one of the spiders when he were trying to go for the spider cut.
It could be. Would make sense.
Okay, Sphinx also lost fire. That's an opportunity for 5 to catch him. Sphinx has a rocket, but that rocket is not gonna catch him since
Oh,
5 has blue fire. We see Kaizoku losing fire again. And Troop.
like this is very unusual. Like they're all
Wow.
together. In the only one having like a distance from them is Diabetes on the
Yeah,
first place. Like
yeah. Diabetes definitely, we can safely assume that Diabetes is gonna end up in the first
yeah,
place here.
yes,
Even an
correct.
orb is not enough to get him. Um, 5 with the blue shield, he's behind second place. Second place, one of his own teammates. They can basically keep these positions. Second and third place are good points, which they definitely wanna have. But at the moment they don't have winning positions yet.
Sphinx was going hard with his mask, but unfortunately he lost fire, so he couldn't get Mati.
Hmm.
So that's
Sphinx
that's
has a super
unfortunate.
engine in storage, and he got
Oh,
squished, which is
got
unfortunate
squished
since he
his
can't
own
take the
teammate.
shortcut now.
He got squished by his own teammate, Kaizo.
Hmm.
Sphinx.
Yeah, Sphinx having a bit unlucky item rolls here. He's getting a lot of super engines and turbo
He's
canisters.
getting those
But he's
items.
getting
Okay.
a mask now. That mask might provide helpful in catching up the player here. It's who is it? It's Miniak, okay? Yeah, he got him effortlessly with a mask, of course. And that should be enough to secure the race win for Team France, actually, since they got first, third, sixth,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
last,
it's our
which is,
team friend.
yeah, that's a one win point for Team France here. Luckily, not a top 4 again for for Team France, but still a very close win.
But this was so weird. Like in lap three, like they were all of them were clustered. Like
Yep,
I never saw that on Cortex Castle.
yep,
Like in Cortex Castle, it's so unusual.
yep. You definitely wouldn't expect all three front runners to lose fire, especially not from players on that level.
Like
So
top four lost fire, dude. Like
basically, yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, basically the top three front runners, which were miles ahead of anyone, they lost fire. And yeah, France could have. France definitely threw some points away here. They definitely could have ended on top 3 and potentially even more. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting race shift, for sure. But
Okay, so
that's
we have like four races over now, so it's half time. I have no idea if they will take a break or maybe they'll just continue or change the host. But so far, I saw no teleporting, so
yep.
it should be fine.
Team France might maybe sub in someone, but then again, they've been playing well so far. They have a 22 or 23 point lead at the moment. And I don't see a reason to change the lineup since their teamwork is pretty good. Um, and yeah,
I think they will just continue.
yeah, they are probably just going to continue. Yeah, France being 24 points ahead now, that's a very strong lead. Poland definitely needs to catch up. But you know, all it takes is one top 4 and they are basically back in the game.
Exactly. And to be honest, I hope that will happen because it's like it's hype.
A
I
top,
hope that will happen.
depending on the track, a top 4 can indeed be hype, but then again, nobody really wants to see one-sided matchups. The more exciting it is, the more even parties are, the more exciting it is to watch, in my opinion. And yeah,
No, thank you. In my opinion, the most exciting thing is if like if they're close, like in the last race. Like that's the most exciting thing ever. Like they have to fight for the win. They have to
yep,
fight for the win. That's the best.
yep, that's definitely true. If a match is even until the last race, then there's a lot of tension, there's um, a lot of excitement, and I know that excitement as a player. That's what I play CTR for. But I also can understand it from the point of view of a viewer. So yeah, try that tour. Sphinx with the Pharaoh Cortex, having the matching skin here. um,
Yes.
Yeah, Twilight Tour, one of the more unbalanced Blue Fire tracks. Sphinx went for the early Wumpa here. An interesting fact about Twilight Tour is that you can only get Wumpa from either this crate that we just saw or from Aladdin, who only passes by every 2 laps, usually if you're on a normal cycle. Um, yeah, Triatur has the quirk of 2 blue fire pads, but one of those blue fire pads is much faster than the other one, so they
Yes.
definitely want to get up here and get that blue fire because that blue fire is around 30% faster than the other blue fire, I think.
Yes.
And they definitely want to keep it at all costs because there's only one place. That's a nice combo there from Things. They
Hmm.
completely took Miniac out of the race here. He has no fast blue fire anymore. He got comboed. He lost a lot of time because of that combo.
Yeah, Maniac is done for good for now.
Yep. But we also see on the minimap Shroop also very far behind. He is in last place. Shroop is the redhead Amy. Um, he's very far behind everyone else. He probably also got hit very early on. And we see Kaizoku in front. He has a little bit of a lead. We see Diabetes in second. He's very close ahead of Sphinx. And yeah, Sphinx will probably make sure to not hit Diabeat because it's his own teammate. But we also see 5 very close behind Sphinx.
Mhm.
So depending on the item roll, 4th place has access to a mask.
Oh, wow!
And he accidentally hit his own teammate, but he beakers 5 with a red beaker. That's
Mhm.
destruction. Damn. Yeah, top 2 is now gone for good. They basically have the race in their hands now. It's basically impossible to catch up to top 2 unless Team Poland gets a clock or an orb.
Or a clock orb
And
combo.
here comes the orb. Wow.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, that
Let's see.
orb, but still,
Kaido had a blue shield, so.
Kaizoku had a shield. Yeah, we can see on the minimap he is still moving at the highest speed. Mattias Gamer, who is the gentleman panda, he might catch up to things. He might not. It depends on how good his lines are. But
And
Mattias
he
Gamer,
failed.
and he failed. Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Sphinx getting the blue fire back, and he is basically gone again.
And Kaizoku secured his first place.
Yeah,
Asa can.
Kaizoku basically won that race. There's nothing
Yep.
that will get him anymore. He's so far ahead of everyone else. We see Miniak in 3rd place. He is right on 5's head. 5 again having that blue shield, but he's keeping it in the item slot to not hit his own teammate again.
Mm. But that was unfortunate because the ability like hit the wall. That was so hilarious and unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to catch up in this game, you basically aren't allowed to do any mistake because any fire loss is a huge time loss. And yeah. Yeah, we see top 2 for Team France. This is a race win. Top 2 is a guaranteed win by at least 3 points. We see Matty's game in last, which means Shroop and Diabeat got 6th and 7th place. Which means in total they got 23 points. That's a 7-point win again against Team Poland. So Team France goes into a lead of 31 points. And
Mm.
it's looking a bit grim for Team Poland now.
Mm.
On average, they need to make plus 10 points per race if they want to catch up.
And that won't be easy. Definitely, that
That
won't be
won't
easy.
definitely be easy.
Not against Team France. So I mean, I would like to see it because it will be hype. But just saying, just saying, it's not easy.
Hmm. Yeah, a top 4 comeback would be very hype here. Um, but seeing how Team Poland plays and how well Team France plays, I think this is pretty unlikely. Team France is playing very well. They managed to escape. At least one of them manages to escape at the start. And I think Team Poland would need to rethink their starting strats to basically make all French players fall behind. And that's not easy.
I mean, you can basically see the difference in the experience.
Yep, yep.
It's really clear. The difference is clear.
Mm.
I mean, not only they are not on their level. I mean, I'm speaking of Matthias Gamer,
Mm.
Miniak, and Mati, but they don't have like the team experience,
Yep.
playing as a team.
Mm.
That's very very important
It
in
might
this
also
game.
be a lack of knowledge of how items work, or general just a lack of skill in terms of item usage. Because, for example, Diabeat and Troop both were members of Team 8-Bit. Team 8-Bit, very strong team, French team, and they both are excellent players with items. They are very good at backsniping people with bombs or backmisseting people. They know how to use their items. They know how to use bombs um, and stuff like that. They know the the usual spots where items lie around. and they cautiously go wide around certain corners where they know, okay, an item might be there. So
Yes.
yeah.
I mean, but you played like against the Poles yesterday,
Mm.
and what do you say? Like the item placements and item usages.
I
How would
think
you rate them?
I think their playstyle is pretty linear. I would say it's very
So it's simple. You want to
obvious.
say simple.
Yeah, we see a Sphinx here, shielding Matty's gamer, but it seems like it was a decent hit. Yeah, again, Shroop managed to escape. He and Miniac are head on head, so it really depends on who gets the first good item roll or who makes the first good item play, and that player will have first place secured. And we see Shroop is actually
Hey, wow! Look at five.
leading the pack, and 5 blazes through.
Five cruising through them on
Yep.
second place. Nice. Well played.
He's back spamming bombs, but he's not looking
Yes,
back.
he backbombed Kaizoku. He managed to backbomb him.
Oh, he actually hit one of the bombs.
Yeah, he
Nice.
hit one of them. Yes.
Yeah,
Nice
back.
play. Yeah, nice plays by uh, five. Really,
Yeah,
really
back
outstanding play.
bombing without rare cam, always a bit dangerous. Um, but yeah, if he hits one, that's better on him. We see 5 going very wide around these corners. These corners are a very popular spot to place nitros and beakers. So by going time trial lines there, you are very prone to hit one of those back spam items.
And he left a red beaker behind the Wumpa crate.
Yep, also a very popular spot to trap. The beaker is gone. Seems like someone took it.
Yes.
Um,
You
we,
should think twice before using that Wumpa crate.
we actually see Team France in bottom 3 and Poland with 2, 3, 4,
This
and
is great.
5.
This is great.
No. Actually, Poland is last. I saw the minimap wrong. But we see them in 2, 3, and 4. And 2, 3, and 4 is a guaranteed race win. So if they can keep
Yeah,
these positions,
exactly.
they win the race, if only by 1 point.
But still, a win is a win. And five with strong lines and two blue shields. And he
Yeah, but
hit his own red beaker.
he took the beaker. And Sphinx actually managed to snipe Miniac with a blue shield. Wow, that was insane. And the orb is coming.
What? Or wasn't juiced up because it missed five.
Hmm. Unjust orbs actually very interesting because sometimes when your team has high positions, you don't want the orb to hit them all. So if only if only the a player from the enemy team is first place and your team is 2, 3, and 4, an unjust orb is actually better than a juiced orb because it will only snipe the enemy player.
Of course, it makes sense. That's why they didn't juice it up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And we also see Sphinx hitting the tight nitro there on the last corner because he felt the need to go for time trial lines. That's what you get when you go for time trial lines. You get hit by backspam.
Yeah, very bad idea. I know it from personal experience.
Yeah, Tiny Arena is one of those tracks where you don't want to go time trial lines at all times because people know which places are the best ones to trap.
Oh, he still hit the nitro. He was right, still hit the nitro. Five.
Yeah. Kaizoku got hit by diabetes, it seems.
Yeah, but he has like a, not a strong lead, but he's very far away from the opponent, like team player. So it's fine.
Yeah.
Five basically secured second place here. Plus he got a shield, so he will juice it up now. Oh, he didn't went for the Vampa crate. What?
He probably missed it. He will probably go for the bomba crate in the S section.
Although it's a bit risky to go there, but if he wishes so.
Oh, he
What?
actually used it. Okay.
What? Okay.
He's so
And
far
there
behind Troop and so far ahead of Matty's gamer. I would have expected him to keep that shield. I mean, he got another one just now.
Okay, got another one, yeah. And he barely missed the red beacon.
Yeah, we see Team Poland again in bottom 2, which means this race is gonna be a loss for Team Poland since
Unfortunately.
you can only win with bottom 2 if you get top 2. But yeah, Tiny Arena is also one of those tracks where catching up to someone is very difficult, because
Very
if someone breaks away early, there's basically no item that can reach them except a warp or war clock, and those items are rare enough as it is. Yeah, another solid win for Team France. They got 10, 15, 19, 22 points, so that's another 5-point win against Team Poland.
Yeah, but it was, well deserved. I have to admit, it was well deserved.
Yeah, there were some good plays for sure, such as Sphinx sniping Maniac with a blue shield. That was a very important play, securing that one position, which is 2 points after all. So, yep.
Yo, Soriano in the chat. Soriano El Canario. What's up, Soriano? He was asking who is the co-commentator.
The co-commentator, that's me. No, France did not sub someone.
And yes, Karma, I want to ask you something about the rules. I've read the rules, and the rules, like they state that you can only like substitute someone like at halftime.
Yep.
And uh, but what happens if someone like disconnects during the game and can't rejoin because he has like, I don't know, connection issues? He can't connect to the internet or something like that. Like, do they have to continue playing without him, or is there exception to that rule so they could like substitute earlier because of the technical difficulty?
In that case, it's basically tough luck. They basically have to play 3 versus 4.
Ooh,
The reason is simply because we can't verify if someone actually has connection issues, and people might be able to abuse it. Like someone could actually intentionally disconnect and then just
of
say,
course, yes,
"Oh,
yes.
I'm not able to
Use it.
reconnect." And
They could abuse it.
people have done that in the past. And to prevent that from happening, we said when someone disconnects in a race, the race is going to continue normally. And if you can't join back, then it's tough luck until it's halftime, and then they are able to sub someone in.
Hmm. Yeah, but it makes sense, yes.
Alright, moving on to Hot Air Skyway. Hot Air Skyway, one of my personally most disliked tracks in the game. Reason being simply it features only one STP. The STP is pretty fast. The track is not the best balanced track in the game. It has issues. And if you get hit, you fall down and you lose even more time.
Yes. You're done. It's a very, very
Yep.
unbalanced track, but it's my favorite track, and I like to TT it. But like in wars, it's one of the worst tracks you can play.
Yep.
Like it's so annoying. It's so unfair
Yep.
sometimes. It's just utterly unfair. Like there's no there's not much to it. It's just unfair and feels cheap, and
Yep.
it's broken basically.
Yep.
Very unbalanced.
We see 5 in the lead with a shield, which is ideal. He is probably going to win that race. We also see Maniac closely behind 5, and they have a pretty strong lead against Team France. If they don't fuck up, then they should be able to secure this top 2 here. Sphinx got hit very early on after the blue fire pad in lap 1. He is basically out of that race almost. He has no chance to make a comeback to 2nd place or 3rd place. If he is lucky, he can make maybe 5th place. But getting taken out of the race so early on can be very frustrating. But yeah, that's just how Hot Air Skyway works. If you lose blue fire very early on in the first lap, then it's tough game. But we see Sphinx with a couple masks here, so And we see Kaizoku fuck up. Okay. Yeah, he's going to overtake Shroop using the
But that's
mask.
exactly what we just talked about. Like,
Yep.
if you mess up the beginning, if you got hit by an item and fall down,
Yep.
you can forget it. It's
Yep.
like very frustrating to play like that.
Mm.
Because you have like 5 laps to play, but you can't get like top four, no chance. Like, forget it.
Oh, we see Diabeat. Diabeat either got hit or fucked up. But yeah, still, Team Poland now has a top 3. Wow, that's actually very unexpected considering how the races earlier went.
Hmm.
Sphinx is pretty comfortable with a blue shield. He has tons of reserves. He's boosting a lot. He has a bomb and storage, which is ideal. And
They got
there's
one
the
chance.
orb. And that orb might be able to change things around here, actually. That's a nice,
Oh,
very nice
that's
hit.
a good
That's a
gamer.
very nice hit. A perfect hit, since it allows his team to catch up now.
Sphinx is great with bombs, by the way. He's really great at bombing people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But
He has
so,
even his like own compilations, like bomb compilations.
mm. Yeah, the players at this level, they know how to use items. Oh, and he accidentally braked on the
Oh
ground.
no! Sphinx, what are you doing?
Hmm. I don't think he's. Oh, orb. Ah,
Incoming!
that's gonna
Oh,
destroy him. Yeah, and he falls down.
red,
Ooh,
be careful. I think that he's slow.
another orb. Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
what
interesting.
is this?
Okay, that's a lot of interactions in such a short time span. We definitely saw a crazy comeback
But this
here.
is a win for Team Poland. Look at this.
It's a win for Team Poland, and it's a pretty good win
Nice.
actually. They got 23 points, so they won by 5 points. But then again, this also means that Team France has won the seeding match because Team Poland can't get enough points in the last race.
Yes, unfortunately, that's true.
So yeah, props to Team France. They won almost all races except for Hot Air Skyway.
But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe two of them will disconnect for some reason. They won't get points. But still, no, they will still win. They would still win.
Yep.
No, this is not funny, man.
Yeah, having to play the last race, even though you know you're not going to make any difference to the result, can be very frustrating. But they need to play the last race because depending on how many points they get, the bracket on challenge will look differently. So they have to play the last race even if they can't win anymore.
Yes. But I hope I'm rooting for Poland that they win at least, like
I
the last
mean,
race. So
if
it would be
they
nice.
if they manage to minimize the point difference, that's even better for them. If they could get a top 4 here, it would still make a difference because the point difference would be less and they would have a better seed on challenge. So that would
Yes,
definitely
because
be.
it's a seeding phase, guys. Yes,
Yep.
don't forget it. It's a seeding phase. You're still in the seeding phase.
Yeah, Anton. um.
So they still have something to fight for. So
Yep.
they still have to give it all they got. To be honest,
I
they
mean,
they should get.
they will still get the lose, but they will be higher seeded than other teams that also lost one match. So they should definitely make sure to get as many points as possible now on Assembly Lane.
Hmm.
Assembly Lane, one of Five's strongest tracks. Five is very strong in time trial on Assembly Lane. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of strategy he's gonna use here. If he's gonna go for items and play a support role, or if he's gonna go fast and try to front run. I would
I mean,
assume he's gonna go fast and try to front run here, since that's very easy on Assembly Lane.
yes, I have the same assumption because people that are really, really strong on some
Oh, and
tracks,
he bumps
they will go
Kaizoku.
fast.
The back bump on Kaizoku here, a very important interaction because it allows Five to get away early. And he fails the
Oh
shortcut.
no! Still no!
Ah, damn. That's
He was
unfortunate.
so- Oh no!
That could have been an ideal start for 5, but he fucked the
Yeah, because
shortcut.
he was front running and then he fails the shortcut. Oh, nice! This was a double hit. This was a
Mm,
cross hit. He hit him. He stabbed him with a shield and he hit him with a bomb.
yeah.
You saw, like, I don't know
Yes.
if you watched like five screen, but
Yeah, Sphinx now has a comfortable lead. He would have you normally been in second place if 5 hadn't fucked up the shortcut.
mm,
It's
mm,
kinda unfortunate, and he gets bombed. Wow, 5 is out of this race almost.
no, no, this is
He has no fire, he has no chance to get the fire back until the end of the lap, and everyone else has fire. The only advantage that he has now is that he has the best item rolls. He can get masks, he can get orbs, clocks, but he also may just end up with 5 super engines. So, yeah, so there it is.
we all know that. We all know that
Yeah,
feeling.
super engines and turbo canisters. Who doesn't know it?
Yeah. Okay, but he managed to get seventh. Okay, at least something.
Yeah, Kaizoku fell down here and got
What? He lost
respawned.
fire. Oh yeah, because the speed engine ran out
No,
and
no,
it was.
he had no fire before. He had no fire
Yes, yes.
before, and then he used the super engine.
Yeah, it was juiced up. Yes.
Kaizoku also fell down. I didn't see what happened on his screen. He probably hit an item or something. Yeah, 5.
Okay, he made Sphinx.
Yeah, that's a nice movement there from 5. He was trying to zigzag to hit Sphinx,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't manage to hit him. But Sphinx gets Matties with the green shield, a very important hit as well. Yeah, we see Miniac in front. He is the yellow panda. He is far ahead of everyone. He should be able to take home that win. We see Shroop, the redhead Amy, in second place. We see another Polish player in third place. Not exactly sure who it is.
Nice evasion of 5 in the shortcut. You saw that? Two
Mm,
beakers in the shortcut, and he waited it by going
yeah.
very tight. Nice
That
one.
was a very risky move, but he managed to do it, and it paid off.
Let's go. Let's
And
go. 5. Nice one.
the missile hits the wall. Yeah,
Unfortunately.
he should have
That was
used that
my
missile a bit later. He should have used it here, because then the missile would have followed Diabeat all the way up here. And
But
Diabeat
that'll
lost
be
fire.
Okay.
If Diabeat now has an item, he's gonna get hit. That's a very risky takeover, since 5 has no item in storage to protect himself,
Mhm.
and he gets a turbo engine. If 5...
I mean, Diabeat used a bomb, but still, he could have like
Yeah,
3 bombs, so you never know. You know.
5
Okay.
with the blue
Nice.
shield. Yeah, he... Oh...
Oh,
he
he
hit
just.
it. 5 taking that shortcut very tightly, even though he doesn't even
But look
know.
at the placements, dude. If this stays like this, they won. They won the last
Yeah,
race.
they won the last race if it stays like this, and it looks like it's gonna stay that way. Mattias Gamer is in last place. I don't think he's gonna catch up to Kaizoku anymore. But everyone else secured basically first, third, and fourth, and that's a very strong win for them. Oh, Mattias Gamer gets an orb. He can catch up to Kaizoku and Diabeat
Let's
now.
go. Let's go.
Wow.
Okay, managed to get seven,
Yes,
sixth
he
place.
actually
Let's
got
go.
sixth. Wow, that's a sick comeback.
Let's go. Sixth place for Poland.
That's a very strong win for them. Yeah, they got first, third, fourth, and sixth. That's 21. Yeah, that's a lot of points. It's 24 points, I think.
That's a very small difference. That's actually like well played Poland, to be
Mm.
honest. I wasn't expecting this. Well played by Poland.
Yeah, well played by Poland that race. That was a very good race for sure. But also, again, a little bit lucky on Matty's Gamer's part that he rolled an orb as his very last item. But yeah, that's how the game sometimes is. Sometimes the last ice roll is the most powerful one.
Okay, so we are waiting for the official scores.
Mm. Yeah, 5 already shut down his stream. Um, so let's see how the scores are after the last race. But yeah, France won pretty decisively.
But I still think that Poland like really managed to minimize the point difference. To be
Yep.
honest, like they are a fresh team. They have no experience, like almost no experience playing together. They're playing against top players with so much experience. Like
Mm.
they are so good. Like they're top tier players, and they only managed like to lose with 24 points different. That's actually quite remarkable from the
Okay,
Polish team.
so here we have the scores for anyone who is interested to see. So as we can see, they lost by 20 points, which is okay.
Oh,
5 is actually the MVP here. He managed
nice,
to
nice
get
one.
the most points. He had very consistent high placings. Um, but yeah, ultimately, Team France had the better teamwork.
Nice, nice. Only
E
20 points.
even,
This is remarkable.
yep, a very remarkable result.
So yeah, GG's to both teams. This was yeah, great session. I'm honored to be able to commentate this with Garma,
Yeah, it was
and
fun to commentate. I
yeah,
will
it was really,
probably
really fun.
commentate more matches in the future. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. Anyone in the chat. I don't know if you liked it. If you like to see that kind of format, I would do it for other matches as well. If it's in my time zone and I can fit it in my schedule.
Type,
But yeah.
type yes, chat, chat, chat. You have to type this. Okay, it's very easy.
Nah, I'm just gonna gather the interest, I guess, and then see how many people are interested in it. It was great, nice. Thanks, that's nice to hear.
Yeah, that's delightful to hear, guys. Yesn't.
Yesn't,
Okay, Yesn't.
yesn't,
What's up?
wow, yesn't.
Yesn't.
Okay, yeah, I will probably do another commentary for another match. There's still a lot of matches to be played. The World Cup is still gonna go on for many, many weeks, and there's a lot left to be commentated. So stay tuned, guys. Yeah, I'm probably gonna stream later again, maybe. I will probably do some practice with Team Germany. But for now, I'm gonna raid one of my teammates, Yoki. He's playing a war, so for anyone who wants to see more CTR, um, go check out my teammate. I will probably stream later as well. So yeah, I hope it was fun, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will probably commentate another match soon. TM.